Welcome to an all-new Nerds to Men. I, of course, am Brad Reed. I am joined by Buck Berlin.
Howdy.
And, of course, we're joined by our third nerd, Michelangelo.
Oh, wait, no, that's Cameo.
Oh, is that Cameo?
Has to be.
Cameo's finally got his cosplay outfit.
Yeah, man, that costume looks amazing.
Yeah, you look great, Cameo. But he can't really breathe and talk out of it. That's the only issue.
Some might say it's an improvement.
Everyone. Buck, we got to talk about this real quick.
Yeah.
First of all, New World Comics. Tell everybody where you're located.
I'm on Meridian, just south of Northwest 63rd Street in Oklahoma City. Address is 6219.
And, of course, you can come here and find a great selection of comic books, graphic novels, any toys. So, yeah. And, of course, you guys got stuff going on, Superhero School. When is the next one?
It's going to be this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have Justice League going.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And also, you have your own podcast.
Yes. Well, thanks to you, I do have my own podcast. Yes. The New World Comics podcast.
Yeah. And I last week after the show, I was like, man, I do a horrible job of promoting your podcast when you do a great job of promoting mine. So the New World Comics podcast, you can get it really at all the same places that we're on. Spreaker, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, I think, maybe even. Do we have it on there yet? Maybe not, but
you can get it through the mail
Yeah.
or telegraph, smoke signal.
Yeah, and wherever podcasts are bootlegged.
Yes.
YouTube, though, definitely on YouTube. And, of course, your Facebook page, the
Yep.
New World Comics Facebook page. So
That's right. You can find this show and New World Comics.
yeah, so go there and like the page, and wherever you listen, subscribe, download, give us a review. Hopefully, if you like it. If not, you don't have to. That's not necessary. And also, make plans to go hang out with my buddy Adam at Paint and Cheers. They're located in the Plaza District. It's Oklahoma City's newest and brightest arts district. And, Paint and Cheers is just awesome. You get a paint, you get a drink and be merry. It's perfect for date night, ladies' night, large parties. So if, you were like, hey, maybe all the New World people want to go have some drinks and, do some paintings, this would be the perfect place to go.
That would probably lead to vandalism. So probably that crew probably shouldn't. But, decent folk.
Yeah. Here's one thing, though. We are talking about doing like a nerd night up there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so that will be fun.
I might be down for that.
Yeah, because I've seen some paintings, like I said before, Hogwarts, Rick and Morty. They've done Star Wars. So
I've been known to have a drink or two in my time and make some art. So,
yeah.
Sounds like it might be up my alley.
And they were voted OKC's best place for a grown-ups party in the Oklahoma Gazette. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. Reserve your seats now at paintandcheers.com. You don't even have to be good at painting because they help you out. They bring out your creativity. And they have like all these methods that you're going to go home with something that you're going to be happy with. I did. I should bring up the paintings one day to show you.
Yeah. I mean, there's one thing to just like, no, I did a great job with these, but
yeah,
you gotta show them off.
Yeah, I'll bring one up next time, and we'll let you see. Maybe compare like the great job my wife did and the so job. But like I said, I was very like impressed with it either way. I was like, ooh, I made that. So they got all kinds of drink specials on Thursdays and the weekends. We'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But reserve your seats at paintandcheers.com. So I say let's get to it, Buck.
Yeah.
All right, it is Cameo, of course, like I said, he's in his little costume here, so
man, that must be hot in there.
Yeah, we'll see if he contributes at all. But
I can't wait for Cam's Jams.
Yeah, he's gonna tell us all about the Kiki Challenge.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
You know about that, right?
I do not.
Okay. I bet you know, but you don't know what it was called. So
that's kind.
Have you seen the people who are getting out of their cars as the car's rolling and they're doing like the little dance?
No, but I mean, my mom used to just say, "Jump out where the cement looks soft." She didn't want to slow down. Yeah.
My brother once, he was like a little kid, like 5 or 6, and we're driving down the road, and he opens the door and falls right out.
Jesus Christ! What?
Yeah, and he was fine.
No.
He was fine as
No.
only a kid could
Yeah, because
be.
they're made out of rubber. What?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Oh my God.
I remember thinking, oh, just the two of us now.
Wow. Yeah. No. That's new to me. I mean, you have to understand that. Like, I'm 80. You know, when it's
Yeah.
yeah. When it comes to this stuff, like I'm an old man.
Well, the reason I say it could be a Cam's Jams is because it's based off a Drake song.
Oh yeah.
You know who the Drake is?
Yes. I may or may not have heard of the Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you'll have to tell everybody during Cam's Jams. So.
Yeah. He's the one from the Sprite commercial, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call. Good call, Buck.
Greatest ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's him.
I've seen a movie or two in my time.
And he, I don't lie. We know you're a fan of the show.
Oh, Degrassi?
Yeah.
So okay. How's this? I'll come clean on this. One summer, the summer before I got married, I was up super late working on stuff at the store. So I'd go home, turn on the TV, and my TV set to whatever channel like Teen Nick was.
Mm-hmm.
And I fell in love with the show called What I Like About You with Amanda Bynes.
Oh yeah.
It was so much fun. And
Yeah.
it's just so smartly written and like, yeah. I want to see who the show writers were and see what they're doing now because like,
Yeah.
it was man. I'm embarrassed by this show, but I love it.
Amanda Bynes, wasn't she in like a movie called what was it called? Where she was like pretending to be a boy soccer player?
Yeah. She did the remake of that. Yeah. And then she went like super crazy.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that movie? I used to live across the street from Quail Springs Mall, like in these apartments.
Mm-hmm.
So if people from Oklahoma City, they'll know that this mall has like a huge theater and all that. So on Sundays, I would go see a movie, and usually it was by myself, you know, whatever. I'd just go get up and go watch a movie about 10 a.m. and have a good Sunday. But some movies, and I went every Sunday.
Yeah.
Some Sundays there wasn't anything to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that movie called? She's the Man?
Yeah.
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 So I was like, you know what? Whatever, I'll watch it. Because sometimes I like chick flicks. And I go in there, of course, by myself. And it's just full of like 12-year-old girls and their moms. And I was like, oh, I look like such a creeper.
I want to say I went and saw that on a date. I feel like I did.
Yeah. That was probably a better way to go see it.
I mean,
that way.
you know. Yeah, God, I don't remember, but yeah, no, I love some teen drama.
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
love having the teenagers work for me because just every little problem that they have is just end of the world problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, guys, if you'll just calm down. Yeah.
So tell me, before we get into this nerd update, because now I'm interested.
Yeah.
What's a show that you watch a lot that you're kind of embarrassed to admit?
Man, I barely get to watch anything anymore that that I would like oh no, I don't watch any of that. You know, like I barely get to watch all the stuff that I really want to.
Yeah.
But I'd say like if I had to own up to something, it'd be that What I Like About You with Amanda Bynes.
Okay.
It was just so good. Like it had the one of the girls from 90210, and then like later on in the series, like, oh look, Luke Perry shows up and is a love interest, and it's neat. One of the guys who ended up on Legends of Tomorrow is one of the like teenagers on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's awesome. Barry Bostwick plays her dad.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
That's
like,
funny.
It's a really good show.
I watch General Hospital Monday through Friday.
It's still on.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. In fact, when they talk about canceling it every other year, I'm like, no, don't do it. I want to do a General Hospital podcast, but nobody I know watches it. So.
I bet you could probably get in touch with the cast.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, what's it pay?
Two of them do a podcast.
Do they? About General Hospital?
No, well, I think it may be General Hospital-esque, and like actually, there's two guys, Steve Burton and Bradley Anderson, and I think is that the and they do one because they also do like stand-up comedy, like when they're on the road between filming and stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm talking way too much about General Hospital.
Or not enough.
Maybe I found my new General Hospital podcast
I
partner.
mean, yeah, because I can ask all the questions that you all are thinking.
Yeah, like why?
All of them, yeah. I didn't want to get there yet. I got to save it for the podcast.
Yeah. One day, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be the Port Chuck because it's set in Port Charles.
Oh, I mean, I assumed.
I just want it to be called PCP. The Port Chuck podcast. All right, let's roll the nerd update. Okay, we got to start with let's start with this because it was part of our nerd update last week, and actually this story pisses me off. But Ruby Rose was cast as Batwoman.
Yeah,
right?
which I think is a great fit.
I do too. I mean, I like her look and everything. I mean, I think she's going to do a good job.
Well, and she's a name, but she's not like an expensive name in Hollywood. Like she's not in such high demand, but she's a name that everyone knows. So I think she's kind of the right level for transitioning gracefully into
Right.
TV.
Well, she got so much backlash over this that she ended up quitting Twitter.
What were they saying?
Okay, it's ridiculous too. Okay, so some of it is obviously because she's openly gay, but then there was also
You mean this character that she's playing is also what? No, shut up.
Well, and then some of them, some of the people were criticizing CW for hiring a straight actress to portray the lesbian Kate Kane character without even knowing that she came out as gay. We're talking about Ruby Rose.
Yeah.
When she was 12 years old. And I mean, I have known she was lesbian since I knew who she was.
Yeah.
I don't understand. But even if she wasn't, but even if she is, I don't understand why people are getting mad about this.
I mean, I know that there's different ways to look at this, but I think as an actor or actress, you're there to play the part of someone else.
Right.
You don't necessarily need someone that is or isn't whatever that person.
Yeah.
I don't need a serial killer to play a serial killer.
Right.
And I understand that. It can go kind of crazy on that because.
Yeah, and I get the point that some would make that we want people from the LGBT.
I get the
community to
I get the representation and all that.
And get the opportunities where straight people have normally got them. But
right,
she is lesbian.
Yeah.
So people will just bitch about anything. Is what I get off of this.
Such a weird thing to criticize someone over. It's this one aspect of your life where you have preferences.
Right.
Let's have that. Guide all of your decisions now. Like it's so weird.
Well, here's what she had to say before she is like, "F you guys, I'm out." She said, "Where on earth did Ruby is not a lesbian, therefore she can't be Batwoman come from? Has to be the funniest, most ridiculous thing I've ever read. I came out at 12, and I have for the past 5 years had to deal with she's too gay. How do y'all flip it like that? I didn't change. I wish we would all support each other and our journeys. When women and when minorities join forces, we are unstoppable. When we tear each other down, it's much more hurtful than from any other group. But hey, love a challenge. I just wish women and the LGBT community supported each other more. My wish was we were all a little kinder and more supportive of each other. Sending everyone my love and gratitude. It's been a roller coaster of a year, this month especially. If you need me, I'll be on my bat phone." Which is awesome.
Yeah.
It didn't stop there though. Some of them were also mad for not hiring a Jewish actress to take on the role of Kate Kane.
What?
Yeah. And then others were blasting her acting abilities. And to me, that's the only thing that would matter.
Right.
If she can't act, she can't act.
Yeah.
And you could criticize that. Everything else, I feel like people use their nerddom in a toxic way.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been a proponent of this for years. That like Big Bang Theory to me is like, it's not good and representative of nerd culture.
Right.
It kind of paints what I do in kind of a not so positive light.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know, because everyone comes in and they're like, "Oh, this is just like the comic shop from The Big Bang Theory, huh? Oh, you must hate your life." I'm like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade my life for the world.
Right. Yeah.
Right now, everything's coming up buck.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
Absolutely.
you know, so, you know, you know, we need to check ourselves before we go out.
Wreck ourselves.
Yeah, well, yeah. In fact, yes.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Buck says.
Oh my God.
You should do the cams jams.
Yeah. Okay. So when kids are kiwiing, or what was it called?
Kiki challenge.
Kiki challenge. My God.
Okay.
I'm so not fit for this.
Oh my god.
Watch me do the typewriter next. Nope.
Yeah, do it.
All right.
Do it.
Here we go. No, he's gonna fall apart.
All right, so I kind of one of the first times I heard this next story was on the heel of this story. So I didn't know Chris Hemsworth was going to be in Star Trek.
Oh, like way back when?
No, like in the next one.
Wait,
Star Trek 4?
well, because he was in the first one.
Hemsworth was?
Yeah, he played Kirk's dad. Yeah, he died on the ship saving everyone.
Well, what was he going to play in 4?
I don't know, maybe Kirk's dad again.
Oh, well, Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth have broken off negotiations and will not reprise their role in Star Trek 4.
All about money, you say.
Yeah. So, okay, was I taking advantage of the new laws here in Oklahoma, or did I hear that Tarantino was going to direct one of these?
You know, I keep hearing that, but I haven't seen anything substantial on
Me either. But, okay, so if Chris Pine isn't, do they have to reboot, or
that. I think they just need to recast.
is he going to just recast?
Yeah.
Still keep Quinto and...
Yeah, I mean, or, they do the Star Trek thing and like, oh man, something happened to Kirk. Let's move on.
Right.
Like why not go in a brand new direction?
It does say here that Hemsworth would be returning as Captain Kirk's dad, George Kirk.
Okay.
So, man, I forgot that he was even in it.
Yeah, well, it was right before he got famous.
Oh, okay.
It was like right before. It was. I think it was the same summer as Thor just came out first.
Right. He said he actually has no idea what the story was even going to be, but man,
you gotta love signing up for a thing. All right, so I don't know what I'm. Well, actually, never mind. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Right.
Hey, just show up and do a thing.
Who would you want to be Captain Kirk? Any ideas?
William Shatner.
Patrick Stewart's returning, right? To the not to the movies,
All right,
the TV show.
So we get Patrick Stewart to play Kirk. We get Shatner to play Picard. And then
What kind of world is this?
that's what I say every morning. I don't know. See, that's the thing is, do you necessarily replace Kirk, or do you replace someone in the role of Kirk, or since it's a military operation, why don't you just replace the character with someone?
Ruby Rose.
Yeah. Just, hey, look, Spock got bumped up the chain of command.
Yeah, why not? He could
Yeah.
get a promotion.
Yeah, just everyone moves up, and I mean they're gonna have to find a new Scotty anyway.
That's true. That's true.
So-
I hadn't thought about that till just now, but Anton Yelchin, he has passed since the last one, right? I mean, yeah. So, and I mean, I loved him, and
he was
dang
great.
near every movie I saw him in.
Yeah, you ever watch that Charlie Bartlett?
Yeah,
Oh my god,
that was a great movie.
And then God, there were a couple other movies that he was in it's just fantastic.
So yeah, I do want to know, everybody out there, what you guys think, and who, if you want them to replace Captain Kirk, if you want Chris Pine back, he might be too busy with Wonder Woman.
Yeah, which I mean that's the thing is he's not necessarily getting the Chris Pratt kind of roles. Like he's getting hey, I'm second fiddle to Wonder Woman.
Right, that's true.
Like he's not his own guy. Like he's sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that being sidekick to Wonder Woman is a bad thing.
Right, yeah.
There are worse lots in life.
I would take that job Any day of the week.
I'd ask my wife first, but no.
I just had to, Jen. You just got to come with. You're the sidekick too.
But I mean, I understand that he has to do what's best for his career, and it
Sure.
could be this could just be a ploy to see if like the internet's like, no, we won't see the Star Trek movie now.
Yeah, bargaining chip.
Yeah, and he might come crawling back and be like, sorry guys, I don't know what I was thinking, but
I'm also dubious about Tarantino directing and how many inappropriate words we would hear during the course of the movie.
I would like to think in the future they've moved beyond those words.
I would like to think that too. Yeah.
You know, man, or at least come up with like alien language. Like
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we got another nerd update that's a little more in your wheelhouse here.
Yeah. So we had heard that Sony scrapped the Black Cat Silver Sable movie.
Really?
Yeah, I think they finally realized that like 5 people knew who Silver Sable was.
Yeah, because you told me that. I was like, what? I didn't even hear about this.
And the people that like know who Silver Sable was, 3 of them were like, why?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Right.
So they went back to the drawing board, and that they announced another movie in the works. Black Cat and Silk.
Silk from
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, Silk is a woman who also got bit by the same spider that Peter Parker did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you want to read more about her, you can look into the Spider-Verse and things like that, because it all kind of happened at the same time.
Right.
They had this really weird connection that like at first every time that they saw each other, they were just immediately attracted and acted super weird around each other and just had to be separated. And then a lot of stuff kind of got moved around and fixed and exposed during the whole Spider-Verse thing.
So are you more excited now?
Yeah, because I've been a Silk fan since day one. Like it's what an intriguing character.
Mm-hmm.
How cool is this? And I don't know why Black Cat needs to be involved. I mean,
Right.
I think that they're just trying to take some steam out of Catwoman.
Right. Yeah, I could see that.
When
When we were talking about Ruby Rose, did I say Batwoman every time? Because every time I talk to Cameo or anybody, Cameo,
Yeah.
I keep saying Catwoman, so I don't know. Maybe I messed all that up.
No, I heard Batwoman each time. So,
Okay, enough times that it doesn't matter. I'm trying to look this up. I put out a little poll. Actually, it was kind of more of one of those like things that I reshared, but it was pretty good because we got a lot of responses of basically people having to pick like you can only keep 2, and it was junk food, alcohol, coffee, horror movies, superhero films, Star Wars, video games, metal, I guess like the music, or cats. Okay.
Oh man.
So first of all, I'll tell you my 2 because it's hard. Superhero films is a huge one, but I feel like Star Wars I gotta have Star Wars, and then horror movies.
Fair enough.
I mean, because superhero, I could go read the books.
Right.
Star Wars there are some, but and then horror movies. I gotta have horror movies.
Man.
So your 2, if you want to think about it, I'll read some comments
Well,
here.
I mean, just right off the bat, I would have to say keep alcohol, keep cats, because I mean, alcohol it's a worldwide thing.
Yeah.
History's been decided over it before, and cats power the internet.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, without cats, there's no internet.
Oh, I get what you mean.
Yeah,
like the memes and the cute kitties.
I'm just saying it.
Yeah.
I'm certain that cats have saved us from World War III more than once in the last 10 years. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So alcoholic kitties. Here we go.
Yeah.
Victor Avery says video games can make games based on superheroes. So that and booze. Stephanie Cerny definitely she just picked cats. She's just in a cat emoji. Michael W. Fitz said junk food and video games. Brett Atwood, alcohol and coffee. I bet you're mixing.
You know,
Or you can. You know what? You could, Brett. You could even. I would allow you to pick alcohol and coffee and something else because you could combine alcohol and coffee.
right?
Most people do. Cheryl Hood, coffee and cats.
Yeah.
And I said if Diet Mountain Dew were on that list, I'd have to pick that. Adam Haywood, video games and junk food. Jessica Robertson, coffee and video games. Cameo, over there.
What up, Cam?
Video games and superhero films. Mara Deering, junk food and coffee. Glad we didn't have to choose SEX.
What's that?
Hallowed.
What now?
Crystal Griffin, coffee and either junk food or horror movies. That's a hard one. We're going to have to negotiate. Patrick Tigrit, I think, coffee and video games. Gwen Shed, cats and alcohol. That's
Yeah.
she's with you. Christine Lee, Star Wars and Super Mario. I'm in. Kelly Talent, cats and alcohol. Duh, is what she said.
So you're saying that I have a following?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My nanny, my grandma Dorothy, she said junk food and cats, and I told her that you have to pick Star Wars.
I mean, you could argue that alcohol could fit into junk food.
My grandma doesn't even have a cat.
I don't have a cat.
Well, I have a cat. And I would have never picked cats. See, you must. Maybe the grass is greener where the cats are peeing
I'm
or
saying,
something.
I understand how the world goes.
Jeremy Logan says I'm having a real problem picking between junk food, alcohol, and metal. Metal. All right. so that's. I just wanted to kind of read everybody's comments because that was pretty fun. Oh, and my friend Dexter sent me this, and this will be a good segue into. Oh, Buck, yeah. Okay. Tell me what you think about this. Jimmy Rothschild posted this on Twitter. If I was new and you told me that there's a superhero who's blind and uses echolocation to fight, and one who's an adrenaline junkie who flies around using gadgets, and that one is called Batman and one is called Daredevil, I would punch you in the face if I found out which was which. And I was like, that makes total sense.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's fair.
Have you ever thought about that? Like,
no. I mean, that's one of those that it never even crossed my mind.
yeah, that's great. That's somebody who's got a lot of time to think about it.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
but it's genius.
I wouldn't really think, man, Batman's an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But, for sake of the joke, sure.
Yeah. That's cool. All right. So yeah, it's time for Oh Buck, yeah.
Buck, yeah.
Formerly known as Buck's Picks.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll change again. Whatever.
Me and Cameo just thought that was a good chance to say "Oh Buck, yeah" all the time.
So last week we talked about Fantastic Four, and made sure that you and Cameo got a copy.
Yeah,
and good thing Cameo showed up so we can discuss that.
Right.
So
good job, Cameo.
What did you think of it?
Okay, so actually, this was the first Fantastic Four comic book I've ever read.
Right.
I loved it. I really loved it. I enjoyed the story, the artwork, and I mean, is it spoiler to say who they're going up against at the end? Or
No, go ahead.
I just really, I not being a huge Fantastic Four fan, I've always liked Doctor Doom, and I know he's a pretty big villain in their world.
Right.
So just kind of that part of the story towards the end really got me wanting to read number 2.
Cool.
So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. And it was really nice to see, Ben and Johnny, kind of having to deal with the fact that they don't know if Sue and Reed are coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ben makes a pretty big life decision and wants Johnny in on it, and Johnny's like, no, you have to wait for Sue and Reed.
Right. Yeah. That was it was interesting how him and the Thing.
Yeah.
They almost got into it over that.
Yeah. Well, and
you ruined our moment here.
And in the history of Fantastic Four, they're always pulling pranks on each other. One of the best ever, Human Torch sets up this like Rube Goldberg type of scenario where he glues orange straws to the thing's face.
Mm-hmm.
So when he wakes up, he thinks that he has stubble. Right, and then right behind where he would step, he put little marbles, and then like one thing led to another to him, like eventually falling in this big giant ball pit.
Right.
And it's just this huge practical joke.
Nice.
It's amazing, yeah. And they're always doing stuff back and forth.
So I've seen both of the movies, and because like I say, I didn't feel one way or another about them going into it.
Right.
But neither movie really impressed me. I mean, are you a fan of the movies at all?
Parts of them,
Yeah.
like to me, it's they're one of my children, and I have to love them.
Yeah.
Now, Chris Evans did great. He was a great choice for Johnny Storm.
Right. Right.
The latter one that came out, I refused to watch just in principle alone. Like they were like, yeah, we're gonna go darker and edgier with the Fantastic Four. That's like, hey, we're gonna make your parents dark and edgy.
Yeah. See, I don't remember a lot, but was Michael B. Jordan in that movie?
He was, and
who was he?
He played the Human Torch.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
And he's such a great actor, and I know that he was just dying to get in on the superhero money and wanted in on a franchise. And
yeah.
Man, they chose the wrong one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's so much wrong with the.
So what is your anticipation level for the second one?
Higher than the first even.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it. I'm a Dan Slott fan as far as his writing goes. I hear if you get on Twitter and look at it, he's vicious, he's mean, he's awful.
Right.
So I'm going to stay away from that. But as far as comics that he's written, I've loved all of them.
Yeah, and like I say, I just thought it was a really good story. I mean, of course, they're coming back.
Yeah.
Of course. But can I see that for just a second?
Sure.
There was something at the end that I thought was great. Who is this? Like a watcher?
Oh, yeah. So that's Impossible Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you should show everyone.
Impossible Man.
Yeah.
And he's got like this whole thing at the end. I mean, am I allowed to?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Where he's basically like, what is going on? I have to like read like this whole thing, and then they don't even get back together yet. Because that's where it leaves you. They're trying to get back to each other, and that it's going to happen, but still they haven't reunited as of yet.
Right.
So, where are they?
So the last time that we saw them, they were off creating the new multiverse for the Marvel Universe.
Gotcha.
So it looks like they're done doing that and looking to get back home. They've kind of lost their way. And I really love it most just because the Fantastic Four are first and foremost scientific explorers, and the superheroing just kind of comes along with the gig.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's really about family. I mean, a lot of the comic books kind of are in some regards, but this one especially.
Right, and comic books historically have been we have one type of character and they just have different powers and different things kind of reacting. And it's really, kind of the same character over and over each issue. Fantastic Four was the first to really give different personalities to each character, and have them interact and react differently.
I feel like Fantastic Four is a little polarizing though. Like, I feel like people either really like them or not at all.
Oh, right, yeah, very much so. And they for a really long time were very white bread, very like bland, blasé. Like I get that, I understand.
And Doctor Doom, tell me a little bit about his connection with Iron Man.
Okay, so Doctor Doom is the greatest villain of all time.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that here and now. Better than your Darth Vader, better than George Lucas in an interview was like, yeah, so I pulled a lot of inspiration for Darth Vader from Doctor Doom.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so Doctor Doom is like the end all be all comic book villain.
Mm-hmm.
But
doesn't he use some Tony Stark technology in his suit now, or
he perfected some Tony Stark technology?
Oh, did he?
In his suit. Yeah.
Okay.
No, like Doctor Doom is like your Iron Man and Doctor Strange rolled into one.
Okay.
Coded in evil.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
A friend of mine was kind of giving me the cliff notes of that this weekend
Yeah.
as I was kind of telling him about it, and I really enjoyed it. Like I say, first Fantastic Four I've ever read. I thought it was good, and it made me want to read number 2. So I don't know if there's a
Awesome.
better endorsement than that.
Right. So, speaking of Iron Man,
Oh, nice.
so here's
Oh, that's
Iron Man
cool.
issue 3 coming out this week,
Mm-hmm.
and it's written again by Dan Slott.
Mm.
So, Iron Man had been kind of not around,
Right.
as superheroes tend to do from time to time.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Wolverine. So, Iron Man's back, and he's trying new and different things. Like instead of having, human resources, he's having robot resources
Mm-hmm.
in his, like artificial intelligence resources,
Right. Right.
and making sure that, any any technology that he makes is governed in the right places. There's a classic Avenger named Jocasta that most people forgot about, and for those that know who she is and all that, it's concerning that you didn't know what had happened to her, and she found a perfect place hanging out in Stark Industries.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah. And it's just a really, really cool, fun book.
It looks cool. One of the things I'm really big into the artwork. I know, I don't know, is it, because okay, being in a band, people sometimes ask, what's more important, the music or the lyrics? You
Right.
know, and it's like, I don't know, because some songs are great, but some of the lyrics are what
Or
sticks in your head.
Yeah.
And in this regard, artwork or story?
For me, I'm almost always story first.
Right.
Because I mean, good artwork can change the story. Sometimes there's a great artist that can make beautiful images. They just don't know how to tell a proper comic book story.
Sure.
Like they don't know pacing. They don't know how to break a panel or how to lead into another panel. Things like that.
Right.
Technical things that most people don't really think about.
Yeah.
And there's an image title called "Oblivion Song" that Robert Kirkman did. I was off put by the artist just because his storytelling and the way he set up his panels, kind of confused the flow in the first couple issues.
Oh, sure.
And it just put me off.
Really?
So yeah.
Right on. Well, but this Iron Man, I guess, good art, good story.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. There are some books that I pick up just for the art.
Yeah.
The story I know is just going to be terrible, but you know what? It's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me show this off just a little
Yeah.
bit for the people who are watching, and if you're listening to the podcast, thank you. But also come to our Facebook or our YouTube, and you can kind of see our pretty faces and see what we're talking about
And
here.
you can listen to how pretty this looks.
Yeah.
So speaking of Iron Man and all of his dealings, in a recent issue of The Hunt for Wolverine, the Adamantium agenda, he came across some DNA files of everyone on Earth.
Oh. Wow.
Except, and
From Ancestry.com.
Yeah. But he was looking at it, and right as everything was being destroyed, and they were deleting everything like good heroes should.
Yeah.
Because that's private, sensitive information.
Right.
He caught a glimpse and noticed that one of the mutants on the X-Men wasn't actually a mutant. They're
Really?
an artificial mutant, and he didn't catch the name.
So how would that work, being an artificial mutant?
Well, they got planted on the X-Men. Like they've got an inside person.
And you have a theory about who that is?
Well,
or did you want to reveal that theory?
when we were recording the New World podcast last night, I made an arbitrary joke because I've revealed that I'm not a big Gambit fan. So I was just throwing him under the bus. I said, oh, it's probably Gambit. And then James Cooper was like,
I've turned my back to you for those who aren't watching.
it's okay. Cameo over here has my back. Yeah, that's right, buddy.
Yeah, well, we'll see if Cameo keeps you warm at night.
Yeah, well, that's weird. No, but it makes sense that if it is Gambit because like he has the
Yeah,
ties to Mister Sinister,
yeah.
like he was kind of sort of dead for a while. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
he has the super shady past. We don't know everything about it.
It
He's
does make sense.
Yeah, he's kind of the perfect pick for it.
It does make sense. So,
So
so
we're going to find out more about that storyline in November.
oh.
Yeah, it's X-Men Disassembled. But
Mm-hmm.
right now, they've kicked off Extermination. And there's a new character that shows up in this. A mysterious character that shows up in this first issue.
Uh-huh.
And is seemingly taking out all the time-displaced original X-Men.
Really?
Yeah, because years ago they thought, oh, it'd be really cool if we got the original X-Men back and had them kind of taken the place of, the current X-Men. Cause
Right, sure.
Cyclops had gone kind of evil.
Mhm.
Archangel was crazy. Jean Grey was dead. Beast was, yeah. So that's gone on kind of long enough, and now they're wrapping it up. And I'm just gonna say, if there are any Cable fans, I recommend reading
Ooh,
this.
I'm a Cable fan.
It's crazy.
Okay. Extermination?
Yeah, Extermination. It's nuts. I'm just saying. For those that have interest, hey, who's that guy?
Oh, that's Cable.
Yeah. Hey, what happens there? Oh.
Yeah. You're gonna have to come pick this up.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Let me show it off a little
Oh
here.
yeah.
Yeah, Extermination. Yeah, pick that up. All right.
Yeah, and then for those that I was talking about the Spider-Verse
Yeah.
earlier. So we're getting kind of a sequel to it called Edge of Spider-Geddon. We're really excited about this. We haven't had a chance to read it because we were pulling all the comics today.
Right,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I'm able to peel off and look at a few, but
Yeah.
it's one of the perks of being the boss.
Yeah.
But with this one, we finally get to learn a lot more about Spider-Punk.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I like
So-
the cover with him with the guitar. I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah. So if you're a Spider-Verse fan, like this is definitely one that you're going to need to look out for. And then as always, each month that this comes out, I'm going to be pushing it. I love it.
Well, me and Cameo, we have to have it. So
Oh yeah, and it's so good. But yeah, you'll have to wait till tomorrow because
yeah. Dang it.
rules being what they are.
Well, nobody's gonna see this till later anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Buck won't let me even peek at it.
Nope. So, but yeah, so we have Ninja Turtles Urban Legends.
Mhm.
For those that don't know, there was an old Image series of Ninja Turtles that came out, almost 20 years ago.
Right.
And they're reprinting them in color, and they're that original story got ended before
Yeah.
it finished, and they're finally getting around to finishing it. Like all the powers that be were like, you know what, it really was a good story. Go ahead. So
When do we get to? Because you said this is the reissue stuff.
right,
When do we get to where they cut it off and it's all
Issue-
new stuff?
issue 25.
Oh, so they got away.
Yeah.
Are they working on that now? You think?
Oh yeah.
They've got it all in the bag.
I'm pretty sure that it's all finished.
Okay, cool.
If it's not, then man, I hope that there's like extra angels over them and watching out for them.
But I mean, we're still 2 years away.
yeah.
Wow.
It's okay.
I'm gonna be.
It's
yeah.
nice reliving this, and it's fun to see it all in color.
Well, and the thing. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, it's new to me, so
Yeah.
and I'm sure it's new to other people.
Well, and for me, it's I haven't read this since I had finally collected the.
So that was one of
the
the
full
ones that
set.
was in black and white.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So for me, it's like reading it. It's like kind of knowing what's gonna happen ish,
Mhm.
and then experiencing it all new.
Yeah,
again.
it's kind of like the Batman animated series, how it's going to be, redone and
Yeah.
all that special 4K and Blu-ray and
Yeah.
all that. Have you seen that yet? Because didn't they release that already? The animated series in the
In the 4K?
or not? Well, not. Did they do 4K yet? But I know they were well, I think it was actually for the DC universe.
Yeah, I think it's for the DC Universe thing.
And that's not released yet.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So that's all the stuff that's new.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
That's Buck, yeah. And today's Tuesday, so after today, you can come pick these up.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're gonna have a hard time since we're closed now. But,
Yeah.
Let
me tell you about some stuff that's going on for your weekend plans.
Okay.
Starting with Thursday, too. Paint and Cheers, they've got Thirsty Thursday, which is awesome. You can go, you can do the painting, you can drink and be merry, have as much fun as you possibly can. They're located in the heart of the Plaza District, pretty much at Gatewood and 16th Street, in between Penn and Classen there. So,
Okay.
But on Thursdays, they've got Thirsty Thursday, $2 Boda Box wine, and people love that.
Interesting.
I have
I've
not
never
tried it. No, but people love it, and the people that are listening that know what it is like, oh yeah, that's awesome. So that's Thursday nights. Saturday, starting at 2 p.m., you can enjoy bottomless sangria. I like sangria. Do you ever had the sangria?
I haven't.
It's another kind of wine, but I don't know. I'm not always into wine, but I like sangria.
See, I like a good mixed drink.
And I don't know, is sangria always mixed with like ice and stuff? Because usually that's how I drink it, where it's like a swirl or something. But I don't know. And then 2 p.m. on Sundays, if you don't like bottomless mimosas, something's wrong with you. Champagne and orange juice, yeah, that's my jam. You can drink mimosas anytime.
Can you?
I would think.
There's these times that I'm driving that I don't think it's smiled upon.
Yeah, but they'll be like, look at him drinking his awesome orange juice.
Yeah, all the way to jail.
Okay, maybe you can't drink them all the time.
All right.
But the best time is to go to Paint and Cheers.
There you go.
Sunday at 2 p.m. and have them there where it's perfectly legal.
Yeah.
And then you get a paint on top of that. And like I say, bottomless mimosas for $2. That's a
awesome.
good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I say, you don't even have to be artistic to feel like an artist. They've got the studios that make, you walk in and it feels legit. It's Paint and Cheers. They've got date night, ladies' night, large parties. Everyone is welcome. So reserve your seats right now at paintandcheers.com. And Buck, I think that's about a wrap for today.
All right, man. You know who was just on fire today? Like, just the best?
Cameo.
Cameo.
You get the award today, Cameo.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, tell everybody where the store is.
We're 6219 North Meridian in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Yeah, 63rd and Meridian, just south on Meridian of 63rd.
Yes.
And you guys are open 7 days a week.
Yep.
Tell them the hours usually.
We're noon to 7 daily, Sundays 1 to 5.
All right. And, of course, like I say, they got a great selection of comic books, graphic novels, one-shots. I'm getting all the lingo down.
Yeah.
The toys. And then also check out the New World Comics podcast. It's up on Spreaker, iTunes, or the Apple iTunes podcast, YouTube, and the Facebook page. That's where you can watch the videos on the New World Comics Facebook page. Give them a like. And then Nerds to Men, we do this every week too. We're on all the same places. Also Spotify and Stitcher. I'd like to get you guys up on those too. I just got to submit it. And
I'll get there someday.
Yeah, because you're Gary England famous.
I'm getting there.
And then, come like our page if you haven't already on Facebook. We'd love that. Or subscribe on YouTube or anywhere that you can get our podcast.
Cool.
All right. For Cameo, Buck, and me, I'm Brad Reed. You have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Stay nerdy. Is that what Cameo usually says? Nerd up. Keep it nerdy.
Ooh, I like nerd up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we're going with.
I always like to say, they catch me riding nerdy.